So something happened in Europe again that jumped out and got my attention. This time, this is Moldova. Now, Moldova is known as one of the most corrupt countries. It's known as the poorest country in Europe. And it's, in terms of corruption, it's right there with Ukraine, give or take. It's ranked as either the most corrupt country or possibly second to Ukraine. So the president of Moldova, Sandu, um, she made an announcement 2 days ago saying that pro-Russian activists or agents have been rounded up and arrested because, saying that these, try to paint these people as bad people, that they have been bribed. That's what she's implicating, is that they've been bribed by the Kremlin, and that what I'm thinking is that there's an election coming up in Moldova, and that this is probably her opposition. So it looks like in Moldova they're pulling a Romania. They're arresting their opposition ahead of the election, and they're deeming them as quote unquote pro-Russia. Now, I don't know the details of the opposition to Sandu. I would assume that it's not pro-Russia in the sense that you and I would think pro-Russia. These are probably people that want to do business with everybody. They're probably not pro-EU like Sandu is. She's very pro-EU. She wants Moldova to be part of the European Union, want to be part of NATO. They can't, because under NATO rules, you have to have, your country has to be completely intact. And Moldova has the breakaway region of Transnistria, and there's a whole history. It's called the Drunken War that happened right after the collapse of the Soviet Union. But anyway, that aside, it looks like this is the West, again, probably co-opting another country in Eastern Europe to install a essentially Western puppet. That's what Sandu looks like. I've read a little bit of who she is and what she stands for. She seems very pro-Western, and normally, traditionally, we think of that as a good thing. We think of someone who is pro-freedom, pro-capitalism, but the West doesn't seem to be really promoting that anymore. This is more of a pro-globalist type. This is the tyrannical type, and it's not good. Now, her opposition, are they any better? I don't know. But unfortunately, she went out and arrested them and accused them of being, again, Russian agents, and I put that in quotes, whatever that means. But anyway, this is a post on X. I'll put a link in the description below, and you can read more about it. But anyway, it is what it is.